Hi, my name is Kate Fauci, and I am the author of Cycle Freedom: Finding Empowerment and Joy Within Your Feminine Cycle. And I am here today to actually talk about the other book that I have, the Yearly Cycle Tracking Companion to Cycle Freedom. It's your weekly cycle journal to help you guide yourself. We are all our wisest guides. And after you've read the book, or maybe you're further along in your cycle journey and you just want something really pretty to journal in and keep track, wherever you're at, these go really well together because, guys, I match. Let me show you. So each week is divided, right? And week 3 in the guide, ovulation, pretty blue. Week 3 in the journal, pretty blue. Same thing with week 2. As you can see, they kind of match. So that's the first thing I'm really excited about. It's the little things, right? And so that way it makes it a little bit easier for you if you're using the guide and the journal at the same time. It just makes it a little bit more color-coded and easier for you. So after I had written this cycle guide, I was still tracking with pen and paper, and that's what worked for me for a really long time. But I've looked at other journals and nothing has really it's just, everything's too complicated. There's too much. There's just too much stuff for me. I want simple. And so I decided to just make my own and make it available to all of you. So this journal is another piece of heart work for me. I love this thing. As soon as I got it, I wrote in it. I'll just read the back of this. This journal was created to be a tool to bring ease and enjoyment to tracking your cycle. By breaking it down into 4-week rotations along with a reflection page at the end of each cycle, this guide allows you to be as detailed or as simple as you need it to be. There is extra space on the pages to doodle, jot ideas, set personal goals, make extra notes, or whatever it is that you would like to fill the space with. Make it yours. So I got my guide, and it tells you, it gives you a little welcome. And then it gives you a little bit of just information about what's in the book and maybe some suggestions on how to use it. And then this first page here is intentions and goals for the year of blank to blank. So I decided with this journal, instead of redoing it every year, I would just do 13 weeks. That takes you through the whole year. So whenever you decide to buy this journal, you can get started right away. You don't have to waste half the year of pages, and you don't have to wait to get started. You can start right away. So that's one of the things that I absolutely love about this is it's not dated. You put in your own dates, and I think that helps you kind of keep a good picture of what's going on throughout the week. So for instance, if you noticed for the past 2 months, your week 2 has been super short, you can just note that and maybe notice that it might have something to do with your nutrition or your movement, or who knows. That's part of what this cycle tracking does, is it gives you some of those insights that maybe you wouldn't have been aware of if you were just kind of, not. So anyways, you go through and you set some intentions and goals for the beginning of the year, and then you just dive right in. So, oh, damn it. Guys, I think I skipped a page. I wasted pages. Oh, well. Anyways, so you write each week, okay? So it's a little bit different. You don't have to make a daily journal entry. And you get to week 1, and it has the correspondences, so what you should be doing for the week. So rest, nourish, reflect, find inspiration. That's your week 1. That's when you're bleeding. And it has a spot up here to write the date. So you can write the day that you start, the first day of your cycle for this week 1. And then you can also note the day that you stop bleeding. And then you can note the day that it kind of feels like you're moving into that week 2. There's 2 big open spots here. One spot is for what you found enjoyable or some things that really lit you up during this week. These are the things that maybe you didn't find so enjoyable. So like say for instance, week 1, like during your time that you're bleeding, like sex is just not a thing. Write that down, note that. And then I also have a spot here for additional observations. So anything that you notice, if you notice maybe this week 4 was super emotional, you can write that down. Or you can note maybe, okay, week 1, I was super hungry, and something about nourishment, whatever. Like whatever this looks like for you, that's the beautiful thing of it. It's wide open, and it gives you the opportunity to keep coming back. So if you only want to note once a week, note once a week. If you want to come back once a day and do that for the week, do that. However you want this to look is exactly how it should look. So you go through your weeks and you're tracking and you notice you're through week 2 and then you get to week 3 and you're feeling fab and you write all that down. You get to week 4 and you're starting to slow down, finish up your projects, start to, head towards the cycle phase. And then before you start week 1, all over again, before you start over again, there's a spot for reflections. So there's some space so that you can prepare to release. And so I have a spot for mood notes. I have a spot so that you can list the things that you're proud of, because that's really important to celebrate at the end of the cycle what you're proud of. And then there's also a spot here at the end of the cycle, I'm choosing to release. So what are you choosing to release at the end of this cycle? And all of this kind of brings some awareness up, and allows you to navigate life's challenges just a little bit more fluidly. And then, so you just go through and you're tracking all year and you're learning about yourself and your body and your cycle, and things are just, making sense. And then you go through and you're done with your year and you have a page for reflections on the year. And that just gives you an opportunity to have a little gratitude, to give yourself a little bit of grace and love for moving through the year, to, again, celebrate how far you've come. And it doesn't matter if you've only come 2 inches or 2 miles, that's your journey, and it's perfect. So a little spot for reflection, and again, quote, because I love quotes, and then a spot to find me. So pretty simple as far as the layout goes for this companion journal. And really, I really encourage you to use it how it feels good for you. If it feels good to go in once a day, that's great. If it feels good to go in every other day, if it feels good to write just once a week, the important part is that you're bringing awareness around it, that you're taking the time for yourself. This can be considered a little bit of self-care in tracking, and I need to find a different word for tracking. It sounds like you're tracking a bear or something. Following. So as you're following your cycle, taking notes and observing the variances between the weeks, between the months, over the course of a year, can be very insightful and can be very valuable. So that is my info about my journal. And again, as always, I am always available to answer questions or offer insight or whatever. So if you get into this and you have questions, please contact me. I love nothing more than connecting with people who are working on themselves, who are working on making themselves brighter shining light so that they can shine it out into the world, because we all need to work together at this point, right? So this is a way to tap in and understand your wise inner guide and learn about yourself, because you're amazing and your uniqueness deserves to be discovered and shared. So start here. Start with yourself. Start with your womb. Start with the thing that makes you magic.